G'day fellow YouTubers. Thought I'd pop back on and put out another video about pipe smoking. I had originally done one on the various finishes that pipes come in, but after I had put it together and kind of played it back and watched it, it kind of came off rather pedantic sounding. I just didn't like the feel. I felt like I was like lecturing or something like that, that I just, trying to share some general knowledge. And, that's one of the things I really miss about Laughter 1099. He put out a lot of videos on pipes, and they were kind of, instructional in nature. A lot of good information for, new pipe smokers to learn about pipe smoking, saying simple things such as, describing the different parts of a pipe, the stem and the shank and the bowl and things like that. But his always came across really, I don't know, he had a really good delivery about it. When I tried to do something similar with, pipe finishes, smooth and rusticated and sandblasted, it just came off kind of, I don't know, and it just seemed rather, I don't know, like I said, pedantic and not very enjoyable to watch. So I didn't upload it. Maybe one day I'll actually will upload that, or if I get enough comments that say sure, go ahead, upload it, maybe I'll do it. That's one of the things I miss about David's videos being gone. All that good instructional information about pipe smoking is now gone from YouTube. So I learned a lot from his videos, and I kind of wanted to, in a way, try to give back by trying to put out some videos of my own that were instructional. So, yeah, I'll keep working on that. Anyway, I'm smoking my Meerschaum pipe. This is my one and only Meerschaum. It's a bent Dublin shape with a lattice finish to it. I really like it. This is a Sinan Altanuk Meerschaum, straight from Turkey. But I'm sure there are other, Meerschaum pipe makers out there, IMP and CAO, and that are just as good. It's kind of interesting. The stem on this kind of looks like amber, but it's not. It's just a acrylic lucite with some orange and brown swirls in it to kind of give it that fake amber look to it. And you can see it's starting to color up a little bit along the stem, not a lot. When I first got this Meerschaum pipe on one of the pipe smoking message board forums that I frequent, there was a subgroup on that forum that was dedicated to Meerschaum pipes. And some of the advice they always gave was that you should not let a cake build up in your Meerschaum pipe. Something about, I guess, if the cake built up, it would crack the Meerschaum or something like that. I guess, when you get a really heavy cake, it'll, increase some kind of pressure inside the bowl and it could crack the Meerschaum. I guess it's more susceptible to cracking or fracturing than briarwood is. So they suggest, never let your Meerschaum build a cake at all, and it doesn't need it. It'll smoke fine without one. So for the first six months that I smoked this, I was real diligent about not letting a cake build up in it. After every smoke, I would, kind of do what I call like a soft ream, where I would take a bristled pipe cleaner and bend it over in half, and then kind of run it up and down inside the bowl to try to scrape off any kind of cake and ash that may try to adhere to it. Or sometimes I take a dry paper towel and stuff it in there and kind of grind away a little bit with that to try to prevent any kind of cake from building up in it. And I did this for about the first 6 months of smoking it. And the whole time I was, doing that, the pipe kind of smoked okay. It never really smoked great, and that was one of the, one of the pros about having a Meerschaum pipe is that they really smoke clean and dry, and it's they don't, because you don't have a cake in them, they won't, or I should say, they're much less likely to ghost, and it's a lot easier to get the full, complete flavor out of that tobacco blend through a Meerschaum pipe, as opposed to a briar pipe that may have cake on it. There's no oils or rosins to have to drive out with a briar pipe or something like that. But for the first 6 months, I just, the smokes in this Meerschaum pipe weren't any better than a briar pipe. In some cases, they were inferior. I was kind of disappointed. This is not an expensive pipe, but it wasn't cheap either. I think I paid $90 US for this. And it's, like I said, straight imported from Turkey, of, block Meerschaum straight from Turkey. And then about a month ago on the same pipe smoking forum, one of the members of that Meerschaum, enthusiast group posted something he had found, I guess on the internet somewhere, and it was like pipe smoking tips for Meerschaum pipes, but it was published like 100 years ago, like in around the year 1900. And one of the tips that person had for smoking a Meerschaum pipe was that you did want to let a cake build in the bowl of the pipe, but it had to be a very thin cake. You didn't want a nice thick one like you would typically get in a briar pipe. You wanted a very thin cake, like maybe the thickness of a dime at most, or maybe even thinner than that. And they all thought that was interesting, because that was kind of goes against what they had all been thinking. So I said, I'm going to give that a shot. So for the past month or two, I haven't been nearly as diligent in kind of reaming out the bowl, kind of a soft ream with a bristle pipe cleaner or paper towel. I'll just knock the ashes out and clean the pipe, down the stem and all that. And over the course of the next month or two, a cake has been forming, and I've got a really thin, super thin cake in here now, and it's been smoking a whole lot better. Every blend I put in here now has got a lot more flavorful. It's almost like the cake has improved the smoking ability of a Meerschaum. I thought that was interesting. So I'll probably keep with a real thin cake in here. See how it goes. Anyway, don't see many Meerschaum pipe videos out there by the YouTube pipe smoking community. There's a couple. I don't know if many of you, maybe you don't have a Meerschaum pipe, but I would get one. They're really nice, and you don't have to let them rest like you do briar pipes, so that's good. I mean, you can just clean them between smokes and just smoke the bejesus out of them if you want, if you're so inclined. But anyway, I thought that was an interesting observation about my Meerschaum pipe, and curious to know if you guys have Meerschaum pipes. Leave a comment, let me know, and we'll I'll be back again with another video. Take care.